Alright, as for our next project, it will be the New Holland 1400 combine. It's an okay machine for what it is. If you see some of my earlier videos, you get to see a little bit of this. I don't know if I have any running it. It's got a couple belts. Not sure if they're going to get replaced or not. There's some cracking. I guess I'm going to price those. Elevator chains are super loose. I have one new one, but I don't remember which one it is. Clean grain or tailings. I'm wanting to say tailings because this one looks more wore out. You can see like the round right there. And these ones here still look pretty square to me anyways. They doesn't look bad. Like possibly replaced at some point. Hard telling for a million-year-old machine. I think it's like a 77 or something. Straw chopper's off the back of it. As you can see, there's no straw chopper. It is sitting right there in the weeds. Yeah, that needs brought over and put on because I'm not going to be baling any of this stubble. As far as the oil cooler up there, you can see it's brand new. We put that on before last season. I've got to get a chute made out of some old baler belts, what I'm going to use for that. Let's see, you know, chains and everything gone through, obviously. It's dirty. It gets used and stored outside. The dark spot, had a guy catch it on fire for me last year. That was fun. Won't let anybody touch it again, I'll tell you that. He thought it was a good idea to get on a combine with a bunch of soybean dust with a torch. Because it was winter time and this gearbox had froze. He's like, well, we'll just heat it up with a torch. And I'm like, okay. And then, I don't know why, you know, I would have been okay with holding it out here, you know, waving it a little bit, but I looked away for 1 second and he stuck it back there and caught a bunch of stuff on fire, and luckily it didn't burn to the ground. And here, I guess I could go ahead and open it up. This is my handy dandy latch. It works. If anybody knows where to get these, you know, they're kind of like what would be on a semi to hold the hood or battery box. If anybody knows where to get these, let me know, because I have no idea what they would be called or anything like that to even get them. Yeah, this belt's supposed to be all one belt. I don't know why the guineas decided to just cock up a storm over there, but yeah, they're not worn, just the backing came off. And I really don't know why, but they don't seem to flop around too bad or anything. There's a grease fitting in this that is falling out. I need to replace. Obviously, all of this oil, terrible oilness. Let's see if we can get this open. Yeah, I do like this about this combine, but I don't have any other ones and never have. So that's the step. There's the work platform, and you can get right up on it to work on it. I mean, swing the auger out of the way, of course. But on the bottom of that pump, there's a tank right there. On the bottom of that pump, there's a hydraulic line right there that leaks. That needs to be taken care of. I think it's the only thing that actually, I'm sure it's not the only thing that's leaking, but I think that is definitely our main source. Is that big line there leaks. So other than that, main drive belts, variator belts are in really good shape. I believe they were replaced not that long before I got the machine. This belt here, there's 4 ribs on the pulley. There is only 3 on the belt. Now, I've drove it like that, and I've been running it like that and not really had any problems out of it. But I do have a new belt for that. Now, to take that off and change it, I think like this belt would have to come off and that bracket. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. Probably cheap insurance since I already have the part. But, you know, that's a lot of work. You know, all the junker body truck is done. Half done. Anyways, I did take it for a test drive. It runs okay. Still got some stuff finishing up, finishing touches. I basically hurry up and got it running and moving under its own power so I could get the combine here in the driveway. So other than that, chains, belts, regular maintenance. This is a remote grease fitting block where you can grease all different parts. There's two of those, one on each side of the machine, where you can go. They run tubes to put grease into all the stuff that you can't get to, and two of them leak. So those are going to have to be replaced. I think it's only like $40 for the tubing, and it pretty much goes with together with compression fittings, kind of like airlines would on a semi or something with air brakes. But the main issue with it is it's been overheating, and it's getting ready to get a head gasket. So I got it pulled up to the house to where I can take the head off, take it, and get it sent out. I guess we'll climb on top real quick. Here, hold on. Alright, so I'm on top now. I climbed up the ladder there. We'll go ahead and raise the hood. The airbox isn't on it, but so everybody knows I don't run it without the airbox for piping or what have you. Pretty much let that guy go back on the clean grain auger. And there is our Ford 300 straight six. Pretty sure it's not the original engine. Now I don't know this for sure, but just from a mechanic's perspective and my experience of seeing stuff, it's got a blue intake manifold and a red and yellow valve cover. Now this is the same engine that would be in like a 975 New Holland combine. Like the actual red ones, red and yellow, predominantly red, not the big yellow ones. So I don't know what's up with the red paint, but that is just a Ford truck motor. That's all it is. And the fact that it has a blue intake manifold makes me think that this is possibly a truck engine somebody has put in here. Because obviously, even if you look at the oil pan, if we get down there, we have a yellow oil pan and a black block. Then we have a blue intake manifold and a yellow valve cover. So, I don't know for a fact. I couldn't say, but I think it's been changed. Either way, she's overheating. The guineas are going off again about I have no idea what. But my wife wanted guineas, so we got guineas. So I'll be able to just sit right here and work on it. And, it is pretty out in the open. And then I'll just shut the hood over top and probably take a week turnaround once I send the head out. I'm not going to start on it today. It's already in the evening. I cleaned up a lot around the house. You can't tell, I'm going to be honest, but cleaned up all the aftermath from the truck. There's wife's little tractor. Pretty much that's what we mow with. But I had a lot of stuff to clean up from the truck, wiring debris and what have you, and just trash from all the new parts and the packages. Belt drive governor, I need to adjust it somehow, because this throttle linkage was bent, and pretty much I bent it back to somewhat straight, and it's bent again. Yeah, see, it likes to bend. I don't really know why, but it's kind of like a cam over type deal. If you watch that linkage, I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't get up to speed like it should at all. Now, I'm not happy about it. So that, it's just going to have to be gone over. Obviously, the choke's not opening all the way. That's new. Never noticed that before, but I'll cut it off there. Clean out my dust bowl. Looks a little full from the combine and the 18 acres last year. I'd like to get a muffler on it, 'cause it sounds like an old Ford Ranger or something, you know, 300 straight 6, a straight pipe. I didn't do that. It's just what I got when I could afford it. So, yeah, and some wiring ran right by linkages. That's just professional. It works. I mean, maybe, you know, I can only fix so much, and one can only do so much. It's kind of the thing is, you know, do I decide, oh, well, am I going to spend a day and a half figuring out what they have that wire ran to and then route it correctly and what have you? Or, you know, could I maybe just zip tie it up to that choke cable so it's not in the way of the throttle linkage? I mean, you got to pick your battles on some stuff. But if you watch to the end, I appreciate it. If you like what you see, give me the thumbs up. And come on back if you want to see more. My advice is don't walk back there, because there is a defined rust line right on the bracing. And I'd hate to figure out how to make a path through the top of a combine to the ground. So, anyways, appreciate it. Until next time, see ya.